You know, it's amazing what a difference a single day can make. Right now, across the globe, we're seeing events unfold at an incredible pace, painting this picture of a world that's being pulled in completely opposite directions.
I mean, we're seeing these huge, historic political shifts clashing with moments of just pure, unadulterated celebration. Economic anxiety is in the air, but at the very same time, we're seeing these mind-bending scientific breakthroughs. So let's try and make sense of it all.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into this, because our first stop is Tehran. A major geopolitical change is happening there that's already sending shockwaves all across the Middle East, and really beyond. So here's the deal. After those recent US-Israel strikes, Iran has a new supreme leader. His name is Mojtaba Khamenei. He's 56 years old, and he's the son of the late Ayatollah. Now, for a long time, he's kind of been this figure in the shadows, and a lot of analysts see his rise as a clear sign that the powerful Revolutionary Guard is really tightening its grip on the country. A move like this, it could mean a more hardline foreign policy, maybe an even tougher stance on any dissent at home. The whole region is basically just holding its breath, waiting to see what his next move is.
And the ripple effects? Oh, they were immediate. Washington is, of course, on high alert, and the neighboring countries are, well, they're expressing a very cautious hope for stability. But this isn't just about high-level politics. It has real-world consequences. Like right now, we're already seeing airlines like Oman Air canceling flights, pointing directly to the friction in the region. It just goes to show you how quickly these big headlines can disrupt everyday life and crank up the tension for everyone.
And that tension, of course, it comes with a price tag. And you can see it reflected almost instantly in the global markets.
Yep, oil prices have surged. West Texas Intermediate crude shot up above $90 a barrel. You know what traders call this? A war premium. It's basically the extra cost that gets baked into the price just because of the risk of conflict. This uncertainty in the Persian Gulf adds a cost that hits everything from the gas you put in your car to the price of shipping, well, pretty much anything, worldwide.
And the pressure on the economy doesn't stop with oil. At the exact same time, U.S. unemployment has ticked up to 4.4%. Now, that number by itself isn't a catastrophe, but it's the upward trend, the direction it's headed, that has economists really on edge. And it's bringing back fears of this really ugly word, stagflation. It's this toxic economic cocktail, right? You get a stagnant economy, so slow growth and higher unemployment, and you mix it with high inflation, where the prices for everything just keep going up. It's a really painful situation, and it's incredibly tough for central banks to fight. But hey, remember what I said about contrasts? While one part of the world is on edge, another part is absolutely erupting in celebration. So let's shift gears completely. Yes, India has done it. In what was just a stunning show of force, they have lifted the T20 Cricket World Cup. They beat New Zealand by a massive 96 runs in the final. I mean, it was just a dominant, powerful performance from the first ball to the last. And listen, while it was a huge team effort, you've got to shout out some of the individual brilliance that really stood out. Sanju Samson was named player of the tournament for his just incredible consistency, while the phenomenal Jasprit Bumrah was the player of the match for his clinical, decisive bowling when it mattered most. And this quote from the head coach, Gautam Gambhir, it really captures the whole team's new mindset. It's not just about playing well anymore. It's about winning. It's about securing that legacy. And boy, have they done that. And from one kind of triumph to another, this one focused on a much, much longer fight. So as the Commission on the Status of Women gets together in New York, we get this really sobering statistic from UN Women that reminds us what's at stake. At the pace we're going right now, it will take another 286 years to close the legal protection gaps between men and women. Just let that number sink in. 286 years. It's staggering, and it just underscores how urgent that ongoing fight for justice really is.
And if 286 years feels like an eternity, our next topic shrinks time down to, well, almost nothing. Let's pivot to the world of science and technology, where it feels like the future is arriving at an unbelievable speed. Okay, get ready for some numbers that are kind of hard to wrap your head around. Researchers at Duke University just built a photodetector that can capture light in just 125 picoseconds. To put that into perspective for you, a picosecond is to 1 second what 1 second is to over 31,000 years. Yeah, it's an absurdly small slice of time, and it's the kind of breakthrough that could totally revolutionize things like medical imaging and communications. And if you thought that was fast, hold on. It doesn't stop there. Scientists over at the University of Tokyo actually managed to watch an electron spin flip in just 140 trillionths of a second. This is another one of those record-shattering measurements on an impossibly small timescale. It's pushing the absolute boundaries of what we can even see and understand at the quantum level.
So why does any of this matter? Well, these breakthroughs aren't just cool things happening in a lab. They are literally the building blocks for our future. We are talking about creating invisible magnetic storage that's incredibly dense. We're talking about developing computers that operate at speeds that we can barely even imagine today. This is the science that's going to define the next generation of technology.
So let's pull back and look at the big picture of this one single day, March 9th, 2026. What does it all tell us?
It tells us that we live in a world of these really intense, stark contrasts, doesn't it? We're seeing ancient tensions and dynastic succession playing out at the exact same moment as the pure, simple joy of sporting glory. We're feeling the economic squeeze of conflict and stagflation, right alongside scientific breakthroughs that promise this faster, more advanced future. It's a world of conflict and creation, and it's all happening at once. And all of this, it leaves us with a really fundamental and maybe kind of unsettling question. In a world where technology and conflict are moving at the speed of light, can our oldest tool for peace, diplomacy, can it actually keep up? That is really something to think about.